So many people are terrified of public speaking that it's often ranked ahead of death as the #1 fear. Jerry Seinfeld has this joke: people would rather be in the casket than saying the eulogy, which is hilarious, right? Because that's so ridiculous. How could you rather be dead than public speaking? But it's because of the fear of judgment. And I know this because I used to feel this way too before making videos, or now I've done stand-up comedy a little bit, and before that I used to be very afraid of public speaking. But there's a couple of tips and tricks that could immediately make it a little bit easier for you to public speak. So whether you have to give like a best man wedding speech, or you want to do stand-up, or you have to present for work, whatever it is, just try these tricks out. So the first is to pretend that you're speaking to one person. So a lot of people, they get nervous with an audience because they're like, there's so many people judging me. But if you just pretend like it's one specific person that you're talking to, then it becomes a lot easier. And this is what I do with my videos. This is why sometimes I get comments that say like, this video really helped me. It's because I'm speaking to you like you're an actual person. I'm not speaking to you like you're an audience. I'm speaking to you like it's just you and me in the room, and I'm giving you advice. That's why the videos have been resonating with at least a couple people. So if you want to get better at public speaking, you can do that on stage too. Just like pick one person who has the problem that you're talking about, and specifically pretend that you're speaking to that one specific person. So, and when you look at the audience, just look at a couple different people in different spots. You don't have to look at like all of the audience all at once. That one trick of pretending you're speaking to one specific person is so useful. And if you focus on them, like focus on what they would really want out of this presentation or this routine or whatever, then it becomes a lot easier, because then you're not thinking too much about yourself. Like there's a reason the word is called self-conscious. Like we're aware of ourself, because the more you think about yourself, the harder it gets. But the more you think about your message and the specific audience member who could benefit from your message, now you're not thinking about yourself too much. And now you just have to do the presentation the way that benefits them. So it kind of like takes the nerves down a little bit as well. So don't think about yourself. Think about one specific person who your videos, your presentation, your routine could help in some way. And the next trick is to visualize the win. Visualize it going well, because you need something to distract your mind so that your subconscious mind can act. So like I told you, I do stand-up comedy. When I perform, I make sure I have my routine down. Like I have it memorized. I know what I'm gonna say. So this way, it's not me trying to think of it on the spot. Like I know exactly what I'm gonna say, and then I visualize the audience laughing. In my head, they're laughing, because you just kind of act like if you already won the thing. It's like, it's called the law of detachment. And there's a really good book on this called Psycho-Cybernetics. But pretty much with visualization, your subconscious mind can almost just react as if you've already like done a great job, which is kind of crazy, right? If you just think that it's going to go really well, you increase the chances of it going really well. Because I'm sure the opposite has happened to you before, right? Have you ever like, I don't know, started a conversation with someone and you're thinking about all the ways it could go wrong, and then it does go wrong? That is also true. It's like you're setting yourself up for failure, because it's not just what you say or like your conscious mind. It's also your subconscious mind that is in play here. It's like you want to be able to detach from the outcome and almost act like you already got it, like you already delivered the amazing presentation. And you'll see that this makes a huge difference, because you need something to distract your mind. And if the thing that's distracting your mind is something that's positive, then your body language can kind of open up. And that does impact our mood. Like I'll give you an example. If you think about like a pet that you had growing up, or maybe like a younger sibling or a niece or nephew, you start to get happier, right? Even though you're not doing anything, like you start to just get naturally a little bit happier just from thinking about them. And I'll prove this with a simple example. Like if you visualize a tiny little puppy, maybe you had a pet growing up, or maybe you just like dogs, you start to get slightly happier just from like a little picture in your mind of a dog, right? So it shows that like whatever you're visualizing does impact your mood. So if you're gonna go on stage, you might as well visualize it going well. Don't put these negative thoughts and negative images into your head consciously. Those may be there, but you can distract yourself from those by having like a visual image that is positive, a visual image of it going well. And if you do that, then it kind of distracts your mind from wandering too much, and then you just have to present the things that you've already prepared. And this has helped me. And I've noticed when I've performed and I do this, things go a lot better. And lastly, practice. Because the more you practice, the more you build momentum, the easier it gets. Like the first time you brushed your teeth, you had to think about like how to brush your teeth, right? When you were a baby. and now you don't even have to think about it. The same thing with any skill. The more you do it, the less you have to think about it. So it becomes a lot easier because you have to spend less energy doing it. So if you want to get really good public speaking, the more you do it, the easier it will get. But if you make these few adjustments and you speak as if you're speaking to an individual, you don't pay attention to yourself, you pay attention to that individual, and you visualize the win, and you practice that over and over again, it will become so much easier to public speak and you'll become a lot less nervous. And at first, of course, it won't be easy. It takes time and effort to get better at this. But even though it won't be easy at first, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.